Hi there and welcome to my latest video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make an alternative to the Giffin Grip. Now the Giffin Grip, in case you haven't heard of it before, is a device for holding your pottery on the pottery wheel, leather hard pottery that is, and it enables you to actually turn the bottom of it. It supports the pot, and you can turn the foot ring and that sort of thing. It has a couple of disadvantages, one of which is its price, which is nearly 500 Australian dollars, and it's not quite so good if you've got a very delicate vase or something with a thin neck. It doesn't really support those too well either. So I have an alternative here. It's essentially it is a chuck. But it only costs $5. So I'll show you how I make those. They're actually made from 100mm waste pipe and a couple of floor flanges stuck to them. So you can get these flanges in your hardware stock or plumber's merchant, and they're about $1.50 each. So not very expensive. You'll need two of them for each chuck. And you'll also need a length of pipe, and you'll probably have to get this in a metre, but you'll better get 4 or 5 of these out of each one. So essentially all you need to do is cut them to the length that you require. I've got a couple here, two different lengths. One's about probably around about 300mm, the other one around about 200, but you can make them any size you like. And you'll just need to use a panel saw. Just cut the pipe to the length you need, and then if you buy some of the solvent, you'll better stick it straight onto the flanges. It's probably best to just rough them up with a little bit of sandpaper first, but if you don't want to buy the solvent, you could just use epoxy. It doesn't really matter. And then you'll just be able to stick the pipe into the flange, glue that on, and glue one to the other end, and that's essentially it. I've made a few of these, given them away to some people, and they seem to enjoy using them. And as I say, they do work very well, because the bottom of the, or rather the top of the vase doesn't actually come into contact with anything. There's a ring of clay goes around the top to support the vase, and that sits into that, and the actual neck of the vase doesn't touch anything, so there's no chance of it getting damaged. Anyway, that's how these are made, and I'll show you how you actually use them on the wheel. So here's one I prepared earlier, and how do we actually use this? Well, what we do is we position it on the wheel as concentrically as we can, using the lines as a guide on the wheel, and just position that as close to the centre as you can. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but the closer the better. Then once you've done that, just take a ball of reasonably soft clay and just press it in, just spread it into pieces, probably about 4 pieces. Just press it into the bottom there, onto the wheel, and then one on the other side, like that. One there, and one there. Okay, and then for the top, you'll need it's about 600 grams of clay, which I've just rolled out into a sausage. And then you can just turn that into a donut on the top. Again, try and line it up as best you can with the centre, so it just saves a bit of work. Okay, and once you think you've got that reasonably well aligned, just go around and just using your thumb, just press it down onto the rim of the chuck here. Like so. Right the way around. Okay, now depending on what it is you want to turn, I've got a vase here. You really want to cut the shape into this clay as close as you can to where it's going to sit on this pot. So I'll just use the pin tool and get the wheel running. And what I'm going to do is just cut the top off here, just so it's completely flat. So I'll just get the wheel running and then literally just run the pin, holding it as steady as I can, and then we get a nice flat surface. Now I'm going to try and just try and cut this at the angle of the pot here. So again, all I need to do is just run the wheel and then just cut the clay right the way through. I can take that piece out. Now this clay is not too soft, but if you think you're going to get too much movement, you can always, if you have a heat gun, then just run that around the edge, just to dry it very slightly so it doesn't stick to the pot you're putting in. Normally that isn't a problem. Okay, then you take the pot and just place it in the top like that, and then just using a level, just make sure that that's nice and level there. So now we've got the pot firmly fixed in the chuck, we're ready to turn it, and you can see it holds it nice and concentrically, makes it very simple just to turn. And obviously it'll cater for different sizes of pots. You just need to just cut that angle slightly differently depending on what you're putting in there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please like it and maybe subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching.